What is going on, people? Today we have some Bermuda Triangle type stuff going on. My Facebook group came back after almost 2 years. 2 years! It almost came. I'm just like, this really fits into the narrative of today's stream like nothing else. I'll tell you the beginning. And I just found this out this morning that it came back. I was in my other Facebook page and I was like, what the hell? What is going on here? Well, I found out what was going on. It just mysteriously came back. And if you don't know, almost 2 years ago, April to be exact, my Facebook group just disappeared. I didn't get any warning. I didn't get an email from Facebook. Nothing. Just disappeared. Then I had a second Facebook group that I built up, and it was going kind of well, and then it disappeared and came back. So I felt that Facebook had a problem with the word hustle, even though there's plenty of Asian and Mexican who use this word. But for some reason, when I, Glendon Cameron, speaking to myself in the third person, use it, it seems to be a problem. So I just like, you know what? I'm done with Facebook. Because what happens is that when you create a group that people become, they like it. They expect to see it. There's a certain expectations there. So it disappeared and I'm getting all these emails like, where's the group? And this is like something I could not control. Nothing. I just couldn't control it. I had all these people who were like disappointed that it disappeared. And it was just like, I was just clueless to why it went away. And also had some problems with my Facebook page, which I deleted because they kept tagging it and doing all kinds of stuff. Now, where I'm going with this, with how to be great and not how to be average, is, and I want you to think, what would make you great? What could you do? What could you put out that would make you great? What is your greatest ambition? What is it you want to do? What is this thing that if you arrived at this level, it would make you great or feel great? Well, it was real big blow because at the time, Facebook was a big part of my income stream. I made a lot of money on Facebook, so it kind of left me feeling some kind of way. It kind of left me out there, right? Well, interesting thing happened. I learned how to make more money without Facebook. And I've become very much not too dependent. Excuse me. I have become dependent upon YouTube, which I'm looking to break that dependency because so far YouTube hasn't. YouTube has screwed me quite a few times, but not like Facebook. Like Facebook, that was just crazy. And Kindle, in the create space, that was crazy. But if you want to be great, you got to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. That's the number one step that you have to do if you want to be great. And if you want to elevate yourself, you got to build yourself. Because what I'm going to do, let me see if I can get in there real quick. I'm going to have to go here. And all right. This is the Facebook group, right? Now, what I'm doing, because I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how long it's going to be here. I don't know if it's going to disappear again. But if you want to join the Facebook group, go right ahead, and we'll get you in there. And later on in the day, I'll make a special promo for the group. So we'll see how that goes. But there it is. It just it's the same creed. It's the same things that we were doing. It's just, it's back. I don't know what's going on with it. I have no clue. And like I said, apparently it came back February the 9th. So what I will do while I'm thinking about it Let me come out of there. Is let's see. I'm going to put a way for us to all stay in touch. For us all to oh man, I'm just this is just it's bugging me out really. It really is. Let's see. All right, so what I want you to do is here we go. I'm going to put this in the group. Well, I don't think I can put it in the group right now because I'm not logged into that page. All right, hold on a sec. Let me get in there. I'm telling you, man, this is crazy, right? This is all right. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. But you want to be great, you've got to dig in deeper than you've ever dug before. And this kind of goes back to my overwork video that most people don't really work. And what I mean by that is, I used to be a salesman at Rent-A-Crate, and we had 250 phone calls a week. That was my goal. And the phone call wasn't just like, oh, call and it was someone's answering machine. That didn't count. You had to reach someone. So I ended up working very long hours. And if I hit those 250 phone calls, I hit my goals. Time in and time out. Whenever I didn't hit those 250 phone calls, that's when Shanley was breathing down my neck. That's when I had to stay till like 7 o'clock. He's calling. He's like, hey, Glendon, what's going on? I'm looking in your gold mine. You seem to be very, very far behind. Today's Wednesday. Let's get it. Let's make some phone calls together. He would do that kind of stuff, right? It made me a better salesperson. And here's the thing about becoming great. It hurts. You will not become great without pain. You will not become great without sacrifice. You will not become great without struggle, stress, headaches. It's not going to happen because when you grow abruptly, because that's what becoming great does. It's like when I say grow abruptly, let's say you have a year or 2 years of growth, right? That's very, very fast because if you look at how long it took you to become an adult, it took you 21, 25, in some cases 30 years, right? That's a long, long time. So 2 years ain't nothing in personal development. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be hard. It's going to test you. It's going to stress you out. So if you want to be great, just take the G in great for growth because you're going to grow really, really rapidly. You're going to put together a lot of stuff. And the faster that you grow, which means the more pain that you experience, that's how you become great. Becoming great does not happen in a static, easy go, stress-free environment. Does not happen. Elon Musk, he had a nervous breakdown. Let's see, PayPal, Tesla, and he's sending ships into space. Now, I want you to really, really think about that. We say Elon Musk casually, but to start, 3 multi-billion-dollar companies. That's a different kind of cat. That's a different kind of human being. Not one multi-billion-dollar company, not 2, but 3 multi-billion-dollar companies. He's gotten divorced. The dude has gone through a lot, and he has grown so much that he walks in the room and sizes up a situation. He has people like going, oh, okay, because he's so smart. Now, to get a little piece of the Elon Musk, you've got to go ahead and put yourself out there in a very stressful environment. This is why in my video, Commission Sales, it's gonna grow you. It's going to take you from an average person to a great person. And with that comes along the money, because I don't know of any, and we don't even, let's not even go to great. I don't know of any beyond above average salesperson who's broke, who struggles for money, who wonders how they're going to pay the bills. It does not happen. But if you're an average salesperson, oh man, that's a weekly event. How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to hit commission? How am I going to hit plan? That's a weekly event. But when you become exceptional and then you become great, because see, the first thing that's going to happen in becoming exceptional is going to happen much faster than becoming great. Let's take me. I became great at making online courses and selling books when everything turned sideways. It just, Facebook deleted deleted my group, my Facebook page stopped working. I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And this is why I have this belief and this thought of you got to go ahead and build your own community. You got to build your own ecosystem, because these platforms, they ain't loyal. The gains from these platforms, they ain't loyal. Like last year, I had like 2-month period where I gained almost 20,000 subscribers. I was doing it. I was working it. I had a certain plan. YouTube. And once again, I firmly believe, this is just my opinion, I have no proof of this, but YouTube has a problem with the word hustle. If I'm doing it, if someone else uses hustle, it's all good. But me, because I've been looking at some stuff and I'm just sitting there like, this is very interesting. But I have a plan, because right now I'm in that struggle phase. I'm in that stress phase. I'm in that crazy phase where, okay, well, this is working, but this isn't working, this isn't working, and this isn't working. You must put yourself in the position where you will struggle. Without no struggle, there is no greatness. You cannot become great without struggling. You could be average and coast. You could be average and get a job and have someone else do the heavy lifting. That works, but you'll never be great living like that. You just won't. Now, one of the big things about being great is starting low. For those of you who have parents who are rich, who have parents who are multimillionaires, and you inherit a lot of that, even if they don't give you direct compensation or give you money, it's going to be harder for you to become great versus if you start with absolutely nothing, because every time you go up a level, it is above and beyond where you started. So if you start like rock bottom, you started off with like nothing. Oh, it's fun. But if you start off at a real high level, like look at the Trump kids, none of them are great. Not a one of them is exceptional. And you can see it by the way that they're handling this, because if they were great, if they were exceptional, a lot of these miscues and snafus just would not happen. The family as a whole just does not have a lot of social intelligence. This is how the world views you. I mean, you can view yourself any way you want to, but the way the world views you is the way that you'll be treated. And they just don't get it because they're average rich kids. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but without the money, none of them would be married to the people they're married to, because they would have met these people because they've hung out in circles. Because you don't understand that when you are rich already and you're a little kid, and you don't even have to be special, just the resources that are available to you for being born in that neighborhood are sick. My gym, there's this little kid, and his parents have the money where he's being trained to do these agility drills. He's doing this stuff. He appears to be 6 or 8. Let me say 8 or 9, 10, somewhere like that, right? He's a kid. And he really sucked at a lot of these drills. I mean, his coordination clearly hasn't come in yet. And I noticed, when I first saw him, he was just all over the place. He was just doing all this crazy stuff. Now I see him, and he's got probably 10 pounds of muscle on him, which is a lot of muscle for a kid. In just these few weeks, he's got 10 pounds of muscle on him. He's doing these drills much better. He's, got this funky little haircut now. He's hyped. And I'm just sitting there like, this kid is going to do something because he has to work for everything, and he's learning these lessons early. Even though his parents are wealthy or rich or something, they have means. I mean, you're not going to have your kid up there with one of these personal trainers for like 3 months and be average income. That ain't happening. I mean, it's just not. So I look at that because I looked at him because, I mean, he was just straight up goofy, clumsy, and I'm seeing him because the thing is, you can see his confidence grow. And why is his confidence growing? Because he has to struggle. It ain't coming to him easy. Every little step, every little thing, he has to work. Pull-ups, he couldn't do pull-ups. Now he can do like 5 by himself. He's starting to feel it because he's building himself. Seriously, he really, really had to struggle. And as a credit to his parents, they send him up there by himself. They're nowhere around. I have not seen him. If they're there, they don't interfere with the trainer. They don't say nothing. It's just him and that trainer for about an hour, 4 or 5 times a week. They are not even there. So what they're teaching this kid is how to be confident and how to, he's clearly going to leave home. He's not going to be one of those kids where the parents are going to keep him at home until he's 20. Nah, they're going to push him out into the world, which comes off to helping you be great. But like, how many of you were in the military? How many of you left home at 18 like I did? I left home. I went to the Montgomery MEP station. I went to Fort Dix, New Jersey. Then I went to Fort Sam, Houston. I was there for almost a year. How many of you left home very, very early? And how has that helped your independence to this day? Because I have a feeling that for those of you who left home really early, got away from your parents before you were 20, and you went way across the world. You went to Germany, you went to Italy, I went to Hawaii. It just grows you up faster because you don't have that family support to lean on. So it's a very, very interesting thing. I'm just curious to how many folks join. And what you join. You join the Army, you join the Air Force, the Marines, the Navies, or the Coast Guard. Yes, the Coast Guard is an armed service. A lot of people don't know that. And they don't get the respect they do because they work all the time. I mean, Coast Guard, they're busting drug dealers. That's some very dangerous activities. Busting drug dealers, seizing drugs. I'm just wondering how many folks are there. Let's go to the chat room because I can't log in because I don't even remember. That's kind of a bad thing that, well, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I know how to get into this Facebook account because I've got it where it logs in automatically. So I'm not really keen on the passwords, but alrighty then. So I got to do all this stuff because I've got all these security controls on this, which means I got to come out of this Facebook and I got to log into this one. That is not even funny. All right. Alrighty then. Let's see. I don't even know where all this stuff is. Oh, wait a minute. I think, no. Nope. And it didn't happen there. Yes. All right. Let's see. We have some juice here. 510. Yeah, we'll save this browser. All right. Get. All right. On this list for live streams. Okay. So, um, can't do that. All right. So I put that in there. All right. So let me go to the live, the chat room. What's going on? The Wild Jones Report. Charlatan. Flynn. What are you talking about, Charlatan? What's up, young Brandon? Jay Fleming, Kendall Vision. This dude bakes. What's up, Charlatan? You're funny. Honey Bunny. That's really strange how that group just came back. Roger McMorrin, what's up? Yeah, I don't trust that. Honey Bunny, I don't trust that. Thank you, Dwayne Bryant. Nathan Judson, Yolanda, T. Leo Osborne. Nope, Charlatan, it just disappeared. Mayamito Jones. Glendolyn, what's going on? BC Angel Hands, Jade Rick, Dwayne Bryant, Zola, Big Brother's watching, could be. What's up, Roger Steele? Yes, you can, Gabran. Lamode, Roger Steele, must bet big and put it on the table each time. Talk about pain growth. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk about another component to determine your success in a minute. What's up, Randall, Derek Brown, Sassy Moxie, Lance Brown. Musk is a great inspirational character, but he's playing 3D chess when most people are playing tic-tac-toe. David Sowie. He's a different kind of cat. What's up, Mika Long? Move the motivation. Nathan Justin, what's the best way to start a tribe or develop a tribe? YouTube, Steam, which direction? Start. You got to get started. There are no guarantees. You're probably going to fail. David DC, what's up? Lance, 19 Navy. Lamode, you did. I left at 18. Mayamito Jones. Lamode, Army Airborne Ranger. Nathan Justin, U.S. Air Force Medic, 18. What's up, Melissa? Yolanda Tross, Army. Mayo, Mito Jones. At first, got homesick, but I hung in there. Now I've been on my own since then. And yes, being on your own teaches you some life lessons for real. What's up, MJ Electronics? Oh, I'm still in the group. It's just yeah, I'll address that later. Kellen, I started my LLC last year. It was a struggle and I almost quit, but a year two and all the balls is rolling. And that's one of the things that many people don't seem to understand. You start a company, you're looking at a 2 to 5 year journey before you start to see real money, real results. And a lot of people just don't want to hear that. So kudos for you to keep going. Derek Brown, I left home 17, 2 months after graduation with a son and living with my son's mother. No military. Wow. You grew up really fast. Mr. High Profile. Glenda, can you discuss the mental and emotional hurdles it takes to overcome reaching your greatness as well as letting go of falling back? You're probably going to have to leave your family to become the person you want to become, Mr. High Profile. Quinn Hodge, Army was the second phase. My journey started at 16. Wow. Bonafide child, what's up? Tanya, good morning. You can get your group back. You just have to know who to talk to. A guy in my FB group runs a group called Entrepreneur Hustle, and he lost his group and got it back. Well, see, this is the thing. There was no notification why the group disappeared. Normally, when they take your group, they tell you why. There was nothing. I mean, it was just crazy. And then the thing that got me was the second group that disappeared for a few days and came back. So that right there was really, really intriguing. And then the messing with my Facebook page, I was just like, okay, Facebook doesn't want me here. And I'm going to tell you why I'm glad I actually did not fight with Facebook. I joined David Tillery. I joined the Marines when I was 20. It put me at least 10 years ahead mentally just by being in infantry and dealing with all that stress. The Genesis Project, good morning, out since 16. T. Lee, my mom kicked me out at 17 when I got pregnant with my first child. Wow. All right, so let's talk about some stuff. Let's deal with Facebook. Because I did not engage with Facebook, because I did not keep going on with Facebook, it forced me, because like I said, Facebook was my largest source of income. YouTube got me a lot of traffic, but Facebook got me a lot of sales. And I had to scramble. I really had to scramble because I was just sitting there like, you got to be kidding me. There's a lot of videos up here about that time period because I was just like, what is going on? And it forced me to go back to the basics, which was direct response, and direct response works really well. The struggles of becoming your own person. Most of us coast, and coasting feels good. It's not really pulling on you. It's not demanding anything of you. But when you're forced to, how can I say this? I don't think that stress, trials, tribulations, and stuff create greatness. I don't think so. What I do believe is they reveal the character that's already there. So if you're innately a strong person and life starts throwing stuff at you and punching you, just really tagging your chin, you're going to find out if you got a glass chin or a steel chin. And unfortunately, with relationships, we have people who get married, form homes, form lives with people who are not very strong. And then when adversity hits, that's when you see who this real person is. And at that point, it's too late. And that's really, really bad, but it's true. How did you make money with Facebook? Facebook group, I would post in deals and stuff, and it was just, I think the people were more loyal. How can sex trafficking victims? Tracy Lords, she pulled herself out. She was a porn star. She was an underage porn star. And she pulled herself out of that and became a mainstream actress. It's all on her. It's all on them. But once again, this kind of goes back to, are you innately strong? Because a lot of people aren't. That's just facts. Some people have, we're talking about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is just more talented than most of us. That's just facts. I mean, it's not like you can learn how to be Elon Musk. You can't learn how to be Elon Musk. You can watch him, you can draw inspiration, but unless you have the inherent DNA and mental substance that he does, you don't have a chance. Let's see. I asked my brother what he wanted to do, and he said build self-sustainable houses, but have any expertise whatsoever in carpentry and engineering. Out of touch. Yeah, I'm gonna steam it. I'm gonna start cranking that up. Melissa V, I make more off Facebook than anywhere else. I had enough customers on my page now that stuff sells almost as soon as I post it. I mean, there's 1.5 billion people on Facebook. Dan Wayne Bryant, Facebook is notorious or targeting people who build a huge following. I don't know what happened because it's only like, it looks like some people have left because it's under 500 people. Had my sales tails. I have had her sign my tails for the crypt. Okay. What's up, Stefan? So part of becoming great is having goals, and having goals that you execute on. Because there's a lot of people with written goals, but they don't execute on it daily. You got to execute daily. Going back to when I was working at Rent a Crate and I was selling, I was making those phone calls daily, week after week, month after month. And I wasn't there like for years, but it built a habit of activity because if you want to be great, you got to do stuff. Like someone said about her, Mika Long, her brother wanted to build sustainable houses. First thing he needs to do is learn how to be a carpenter. Very simple step. It's like, okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to build sustainable houses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for houses, habitat, and I'm going to swing a hammer. And then I'm going to hang out with some carpenters. First few steps. See, people don't want, everyone wants to be management. No one wants to be the worker bee or the drone. Everyone wants to be the queen bee. So the work doesn't get done. You have a lot of people who are, quote, I'm the ideal guy. Translation, I'm the lazy guy. Oh no, Gibran, you cannot be an Elon Musk. Elon Musk has inherently a certain level of intellect that you can increase intelligence to a degree, but when you start getting the IQs like 180, 200, 220, that's something you're born with. And it's going to present itself very early in your life. These are the kids who are graduating college at 13. And I don't even think I think they're like at 150, 160. So he has an extremely high IQ. That's just something you can't develop. Mona Lisa, are internships worth it? It pays not that great, but I'm looking for connections. The internship will get the way of building my business, also working part-time. Thoughts so. If you can find the appropriate internship, if you can find someone who's really doing something and the environment is where they're seeing results, yes, it is. If they're not doing much, no, it's not. I don't know what it was because FB jail is usually like a few days or a few months or a month or so. I mean, it was completely in the purgatory. It was just like those people on those shows who disappear, then they come back, and it's like, I don't know where I was, but I'm back now. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. Melissa V. Connections matter. I sold a bronze fish on FB in 10 minutes for 1K, all because I know a few people with bucks to spend. My Mika Long lottery mindset, I was really internally sad for him. That's good. That's good stuff, Melissa. Because I've sold a lot of stuff on Facebook, like physical stuff. What's up, Albert? Rugged College, I'm glad you reminded me to write it down. The goal thing is slowly happening. It forces you to become uncomfortable. Barbon, you can't be Elon Musk because he's on the spectrum. He may be smart, but he lacks personality factors. And that's a trade-off, I think, because a lot of exceptionally bright, smart people, Sheldons of the world, they seem to lack that personal empathy thing. I don't know if that's just part of it, that they're so smart that that part of their brain is just non-existent. A homeless person can start their own business. They can start washing cars. They can start wiping windows. They can do anything. They can make money. Sure thing, Pamela. Yep. CJ Lee, people hire homeless people all the time on the table. Uh, as a formerly homeless person, I'm going to tell you what goes on. Most of the reasons that people who are homeless, who stay homeless, is psychological issues. That's number one, even bigger than drug or alcohol dependency. Then number two is they're addicted to something. Number three, that's alcohol. And number four, they just hit upon a bad time and they usually get out of it within a few weeks to a few days. Stefan, Facebook has made moves to limit your reach unless you pay to boost your posts. Yeah, the real key to Facebook is on your personal page. And they see people, and someone mentioned it, who grow their personal page to 5,000 people and then create another personal page. They shut those folks down. Facebook can't have you getting all that free traffic. What? No, no, no. That's very true because Elon Musk does stuff. David Sardi, smart alone just can't cut it. You have to be at that level. The action level has to match. And he takes a lot of action. And this is something that the average person can use to become great. If you were to do whatever you need to do, let's say you want to be a writer. Do you understand how many people who want to be a writer actually do not write? If that person wrote 500 words a day times 5 days a week, taking weekends off, they would write 10,000 words a month, 120,000 words a year. That's depending upon the length. That's either 2 books or one big book and a half of another one. The problem is people who want to write want the accolades, they want the benefits, they want the accoutrements of being a writer, but they don't want to sit in the room and write for hours every day. They don't want to do that. That's what's going to get you to being that writer. Mona Lisa, do you think it's important to dress up as an entrepreneur? Does it influence people to take you seriously? I'm noticing women entrepreneurs feel the pressure to look good more than men. Mona Lisa, there's a few answers to that. One, you should dress to your environment. And I had a very interesting thing happen recently. I met someone for a business lunch, and I went like this, right? And the person got very cold and was just like, "You're an entrepreneur and you dress like that?" And it's like, what does that mean? Because she was just like, seriously, like, you should be in a suit, you should be in a tie. And I pulled out my laptop and I showed her how much money I made last month doing direct response marketing. And she's like, oh. So part of that is, I would say, yes, you need to dress the part of success, because I know I'm successful and I know I do my thing and I know I hit my action points. But to the average person, I look like a bum. That's just it. It just threw me. And recently, and the thing is, you got to understand, just the last year, I really started interacting with people. I was in the basement for most of this time. And it was really, really an interesting moment for me, because when you say you're an entrepreneur and you're doing well, there is an ideal, there's a picture people have in their heads, and it doesn't look like me. So I would say, yeah, definitely. Now, for coders and hackers, it's almost a standard uniform for you to be in flip-flops, a t-shirt, and shorts. It's the weirdest thing. So what you do, what you present, there's a uniform. And if you were a coder or an engineer and you showed up at the business meeting like that, nobody think nothing of it. It's very interesting how that works. Derek, that's funny. A homeless person may not have the physical address to get a job but can still find work. Tanya, that's really strange. But yeah, if you don't have an address, if you don't have ID, you can't get a job. Dwayne Bryant, yes. Barba, brave, it requires a single mindedness that could be considered a mental illness. Oh man, that's funny. When you elevate your conscious mind around mediocre people, you cannot relate. So imagine if you start off that way. That's a really good point. What's up, creativity master? Oh, Facebook does. That's something new. That's something that's happened in the last 2 years because I've really divested myself of Facebook for my business because let's just say I didn't have YouTube, right? And I was using Facebook, and there's a lot of people who are in this boat where they only use Facebook. I've been toast. My group disappeared, my income would have disappeared. And a substantial part of my income did disappear, and I had to scramble to make it up in other areas. So I really don't know. Like I said, if you want to join the group, the links below. I'll put stuff in there, but I'm not going to go hard with Facebook like I used to because it disappeared. And then another group I had, it disappeared and came back. And it was like strike one, strike two, strike three. There's something going on here. And the thing is, trying to talk to someone at Facebook at that point was like no bono. You just couldn't get anybody. So I'm just not really, I don't trust Facebook. Just put it bluntly. Albert Lau, to be great, you have to change your mindset. I think that the key is you said it so many times over and over again. You got to, because if you're not great now with the way that you think, how are you going to become great with that level of thinking? Melissa V, most people drop out when they figure out this work. Young Cool Breeze, would you consider a smart person a gangster or a hustler? No. There are some very smart people who are living in poverty. They're smart in one area. They may have the ability to remember everything that they read or see, but they don't have the concepts to somehow monetize that or turn that into income. Barbara, my sister and I almost finished making a mobile game demo. Um, you should have been doing that now, Barbara. This is one of the things, and for Barbon and anyone else, if you're building a game app, you're writing a book, you need to start promoting it before you finish it. You need to start figuring out who needs it, who wants it, and start hanging out in those places and be a contributor to the community. And then, 2, 3 months later, it's like, hey, by the way, I have this game. Because if you've been a contributor to the community for 2 or 3 months, people are not going to go, oh, you're spamming, because it's like you're known. People know you. They see your user ID. So that's when you should start doing that. Melissa, we have everything from a unit loaded with jewelry to one that had a nice boxes that were all empty, just air. I, to this day, do not understand why people save boxes, but they do. That's funny. Tanya, beside myself, I know 4 of the people that are no longer on FB, so I come here to watch content. Plus, on YouTube, no one bothers me. That's very interesting. So, like I said, I will be putting content in the group. I'm going to see what happens, and I'm going to post in there that everybody needs to get on the text notification list in case it disappears again. Because, see, that's another thing that I really did not like. Since the group disappeared, and I had no way to communicate with the people in the group. That was just like a kiss of death. So that's one of the things. But, if you want to be great, you got to start taking daily action. And the thing is, let's forget about Elon Musk. Most of us are never going to get anywhere near that level. But can we be great in our own area? Can we be great in our own neighborhood? Can we be great in our own city? Can we be great in our own niche? Yes, we can. We can do that all day long. And it's going to take a lot of action. It's going to take consistent action. Brother Dash, if I don't own it, I'm not on it. Like I said, I will test it. And, one of the reasons I like YouTube is YouTube's hard. YouTube's very hard. And I'm going to start, because I was supposed to do it last week, but I had so many appointments. It's like I'm trying not to be a consultant, but I keep getting dragged back into it. But I'm going to do this camera tutorial. It'll be part of the YouTube course on what kind of cameras you should get and why you should get this camera. Because one of the things I see when people talking about the camera, they talk about the specs, they talk about how great it is. January, I had this camera here, which is a Logitech 930C, right? And I had this mic, and I had this audio input, and a computer. And we did very well financially. So there are some things that you got to position, and I've actually figured out how to explain it to you guys, so that will be coming soon. David, people say boxes because they think the junk they buy will have more value when they sell it and believe when they sell a completed box. Man, I have seen units with appliance boxes, all kinds of stuff. There was this one unit, it was so pretty. There was all of these boxes, there was all these name brand stuff, and I have been burnt on those type of units, and I was like, you know what? Walk away. Some just said, walk away. And they were like, you ain't bidding on this, Glendon? I am not messing with that. If there's something in there, I'll just lose out. I am not messing with that. And then they started bidding, and, it went for $1,500. Person goes in there, starts ripping over boxes. They're all empty. That person actually left the auction without paying. And then a second person, the backup bidder, was like, look, I'll take it for $100. The boxes alone were for $100. They sold it to that person, and he said there was absolutely nothing in there. It's the strangest thing. Yep, YouTube's hard. The best way to get notifications is to get on the text notification squad. That goes straight to your phone, because even when people give me their email address, depending upon if I had their email address before and they got on that contaminated list, because I have another email list, and the only time I email people, this is the folks who buy courses, only time I email you is when I have a deal. It's not daily emails, and that list is pretty small, and it had like a 50% open rate. 50% open rate. So I'm keeping these lists separate. I seriously doubt it, your brand, unless your dad, who had the higher IQ, left you the money. Have you ever thought about starting a following on Pal Talk? I never heard of Pal Talk. So that was it. All right, so let's get into today's special, whatever that's going to be, because I haven't even come up with any of that stuff. So let's see. Let's go here. And let's go here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let me get in here. Let's see. I'm going to, because I got to work on two courses today. So we're going to take 1% off. We're going to take 40% off. And the day is Tuesday. So we're going to go Tuesday. And that's not spelled correctly. Oh, that is. All right. So 40% off of any course, and it is the word is Tuesday, and I'm going to. Good Lord, I have. Let's see, make sure. All right. It's a lowercase Tuesday. That's the code. You can get anything at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills for 40% off this Tuesday using the code word Tuesday. And for those of you who want to get in the group, let's see. Actually, let's kind of go through some stuff. There we go. So what I'm working on today, I'll be working on, oh yeah, they got the Hustlers Kung Fu book collection. That's all of my books. I'll be working on how to organize parent operating companies. And where the heck is that? Did I hit bundles? No, I did not hit bundles. Let's see. Hold on. I'll be working on direct sales, how to stop being broke. I'll be working on that today. Let's see. I think I need to up the price of that because, nope. No. That cannot. Wait a minute. Oh, it is published. Okay. I'm sitting there like, what? So there is more stuff there. So we will do that. Actually, we'll do $2.99. There we go. So I'll be working on this course today. Yep. And we're going to get into some funky stuff. And I'll be working on the corporate course today. So that's what we will be doing. All right. All the links should be below. Just go into the video and apply Tuesday. Once again, this code. Tuesday, lowercase. And that should get you in to where you need to be. That's awesome, Melissa. Banderdash, have you ever thought about hosting your own platform? Yeah, this is it. This is my own platform. I own all this. Yeah, I thought about it a lot. I thought about it so much I actually did it. See, this is one of the big things about hosting your own platform. You got to get traffic to that bad boy, and that is a challenge. Zola, if we woke up tomorrow and YouTube closed down your channel apart from your consulting, how long would it take you to build your monthly money? About 2 years, because I would have to start over. No joke, because I would go into, like, let's say YouTube disappeared, because I actually thought about this and I prepared a plan. I would go into consulting and I would actually pick up the phone and call people. First, I would come up with a nice plan and be like, okay, what am I going to consult on? Because I can't consult on all the things I get away with on YouTube. So I come up with one thing that I'm really good at. Then I would create a company, an LLC, and I would get on the phone. I would make 50, 60 phone calls. And yeah, I would probably make within 3 to 5, well, let's say 6 months, I'll probably be at above average income. But to make what I'm making now, about 2 years. It sure was, Stefan. Nope. Because the thing is, let's talk about inertia. YouTube, you sign up, you log in, that's it. So I create my own platform. Probably 20% of you would show up. And it'll be real hard to add other people because it's like, that's just one more thing I got to log into. That's one more thing I got to keep up with. I've done that before. Dwayne, I have decided to let people be big boys and big girls on that. I have a feeling where it's going, and I have completely left that alone because I was devoting way too much attention to that stuff. And actually, like I said, I log into Facebook once a day, do what I need to do, and then get out. I'm really about becoming more efficient and building up this company, so I'm letting that go. Once again, doing your own video platform, getting people to come to something that's not proven is incredibly hard. I had a platform that I was hosting on this company, and they actually just stopped the hosting where I was hosting my own videos. My own website's enough. Now, with that said, I plan on doing a podcast, which would be my own thing. So I'll have the courses, I'll have the podcast, and some other stuff. So that's the thing. All right. So you got your marching orders. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to leave something here. And I will check you guys out at 6 p.m. today. Yeah, I'll be back. So with that, catch you later.